just to be clear, I'm not going to spend any time talking about the whole marriage decision or whatever, because we're here to celebrate Jesus. But what I do want to talk about is the spirit of fear that seems to have gripped Christians and churches that like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? What's becoming of our world? And it seems like we've forgotten that our mission and our purpose is to share the love of Christ and show the love of Christ to the lost. And it's not that we're here to argue with people who disagree with us, because I was just talking to Herb saying that no matter what we do, people are going to disagree with us. People are going to be offended by what we do. But what's really important is that we continue to share and show the love of Christ. And the reason that why we need to keep doing it is because we do live in a world where there are, can you turn like the high on my microphone down just a tab? Okay, all right. Maybe turn the volume down just a tab. Sorry. Is that better? Check. Can you guys still hear me though? Okay, good. Because there's a reason why we're here. And it's not to tell the lost, people that don't know God and are separated from God, that you need to be living like God. It's to go to those people that are separated from God and introduce them to our God and show them that we have a God that loves them. And if we get off focus on sharing and showing the love of Christ to people, there are people in our schools, in our families that are hurting, that are in need, that desperately want to know if there's a God that loves them. And the only way that they're going to find out, the only way that they're going to know that there's a God that can help them through their situation, that can heal their marriages, that can heal their broken families, that can help them through whatever they're going through, is if we go to them and say, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're living your life sexually outside of God's will, or with some drug addiction outside of God's will, or if you feel like I'm going happy-go-lucky, nothing's wrong with my life, but you're separated from the love of God. Our job remains the same, to go to the lost, the hurting, the lonely, and everyone we know, and let them know that there is a God that loves them. And this is important because what we're going to talk about, some people, everything that we're going to talk about scientifically, people will say that conflicts, the Bible conflicts with science, or science conflicts with the Bible. And let me say this clearly. There is not one single solitary fact from the Bible that we believe is true, anything in here, that conflicts with a scientific fact. Any scientific discovery that has been obtained and tested through scientific method. Now let me put this up here because I want you guys to totally hear what I'm saying. There is not one single scientific fact that refutes, disagrees with, or contradicts anything written in the Bible. Not one thing. And I know you all going, but, and you're counting down things in your mind. So let me add this, okay? And remember, our definition, what is scientifically proven. There are, however, scientific theories. They have not been proven. They're theories that conflict with the Bible. And there are biblical theories that conflict with science. But no scientific fact that conflicts with a biblical one. Now, what I mean by that is because there are things in the Bible that are not defined and explained. And so people have come up with theories or reasons. This must be why this is this way. And that contradicts scientific fact. But just because I speculate on something that the Bible is silent on doesn't mean what I speculated on is right. That's just my opinion or my speculation. And just because someone comes up with a scientific theory that has not been tested and proven by scientific method and says, and everyone jumps on the bandwagon and says, this scientific theory is true, even though it hasn't been tested or proven by scientific method, that theory may conflict with the Bible, but that scientific facts, the things that we know have been tested and proven, they do not conflict. To the friend who says science trumps the Bible and the Big Bang created the universe, here's what I say. Scientific facts complement the Bible. And the Bible and science agree that the universe was created, and you and I can talk about whether it was by an explosion or whether it was by an act of explosive love. Because if we're not willing to sit down and talk with people and point them to Christ, then we're wasting our time. And I found this before we thing. I found this comic online, and there's one guy saying, I just had a big debate with some evolution-pushing atheists, and I hit him hard with the what, the where, the when, and the how of creation. And the other guy responds, but did you tell them about the who of creation? If all you're looking to do is to win an argument and say, I'm right, then you're missing the point. If we're not pointing them to Jesus Christ, then we're not doing anything.